All right. Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 452. Uh, Now, last time I said that I was going to return to dairy, and here we are, man. Yeah, Chapter 2. Yeah, yeah, it came out in 2019. Chapter 2 in 2019. Yep. James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain. Ooh, yes. Yeah, Bill Hader, Isaiah Mustafa, Jay Ryan, James Renzel, Andy Bean, and of course Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise the Dancing. So yeah, man. Yeah, I tell you, just like I said about chapter 1, this movie is a lot more accurate towards the book, the way chapter 1 was. And yeah, I tell you, man, this movie, yeah, you know, the time jump to 27 years later, you know, it did not feel any different, once the friends came back together, once the loser club came back together at that Chinese restaurant, you know, you know, yeah, it did not feel any different, these guys, catching up. You can see that they're kid counterparts, they really played off of what the kids did compared to um compared to them now as adults, 27 years later. Yeah, I gotta tell you something about the kids though. In the flashback scene, which I don't think that they had to put in there. I don't think they had to put in this movie, flashback scene of being kids again. Uh yeah, I don't think that was necessary, you know. I don't think that was necessary. I mean, yeah, we liked them as kids, but still, I don't think that was necessary to put them back in there, for a flashback scene. I mean, you know, this half of the story, 100% clearly focus on the adults, and that's what it should be, man. We don't need to have any of the kids being i- in this. I mean, hell, seeing their personalities unfold as adults, we pretty much see the kids there, pretty much, But yeah, I tell you though, man, yeah, Pennywise, Pennywise himself, Pennywise, you know, he ain't skipping beat either. Still creepy as hell, you know, still creepy as hell. Yeah. So yeah, he did not miss a beat either, you know. No, he being he being the nasty ass looking clown that's not really a clown. He's a cosmic being brought here by, you know, brought here on Earth, and yeah, they used the piece of the meteorite to beat him this time. When they went back into the underground, yeah, they went back into the underground to confront him. Yeah, that was it, man. That was going to be the uh yeah, the final confrontation. Yeah, the main event. of the evening. But yeah, seeing the kids, as they are now fully grown as adults, and seeing them in very you see them in a very successful stages of their life. You know, each one of them got some type of some type of you know if things are going very well for them. Let's just say that, yeah, successful stages of their life. Things are going very well for them. Except for Beverly, she all she knew was abuse. I mean, yeah, she had an abusive father, and then she grew up and married an abusive husband. So yeah, all she knew was abuse. But yeah, even though she had a successful career, all she knew was abuse. But yeah, the second that she got that phone call from Mike, and that husband of hers didn't like the fact that she mentioned Mike in the call, you know. Yeah, he thought that she was cheating on him, but no, Mike was calling her because it was time for all of them to come back home to Derry. So yeah, you know, yeah, she gets into a fight with her husband and gets out of the house, and yeah, she took off that wedding ring, left it right there on the side of the stoop as she was leaving. Yeah, she got out of there. She got out there. She got out of that marriage as fast as she could, man. Yeah. Later on, she and Ben, they got together. You know, after Ben after Ben grew up, got himself all handsome up, dropped the weight. Dropped the weight, got buff. You know, yeah, yeah. She and yeah, he and Beverly, they eventually got together, at the end of this. Because Ben, he always had a crush on her anyway. So, I guess you can see that he was waiting around for her. And now's the right time, after all that they been through, you know. Yeah, poor Stanley, when he found out that Pennywise was back, yeah, he took himself his last bath, you know. Next thing you know, you saw him, wrist slit open, blood dripping all over the floor. Yeah, we find out, yeah, not only he did that because, he did that because, he was in his way to bring his friends together, strengthen them, bring them together in his way. So, his death wasn't really in vain, So yeah, yeah. All the members of the losers besides Mike, he's the only one that stayed in Derry. Everybody else, they all went their separate ways, They went their separate ways, found success in each other's careers, and they could forgot all about Derry. But when Mike called them up individually, brought them back, you know, that's when the memories start to come back. You know, I think it was um damn, which one? I try not to say Bill. It's not Bill. It was it was Richie. It was Richie that said, he just found out that he was born here, just 2 hours ago. Yeah, he forgot all about dairy. He forgot about dairy that much that he forgot that he was actually born in dairy. But yeah, once they, well, everybody that left dairy, they pretty much forgotten about their past there. But once they came back, that's when the memories start to come back, slowly and surely. That's what the memories start to come back. Eventually, once they all regain their full memory, you know, they regain the memory of Pennywise. But, eventually, what happens when you grow up, yeah, you do forget about parts of your childhood. But when that major part of the childhood comes back, that's when you have to let that part go too. So when they dealt with Pennywise one last time, yeah, they just pretty much had to let that fear of him go, they yeah, so yeah, they pretty much, let Pennywise know that he ain't shit, you know? Yeah, they belittled him, Yeah, they weren't afraid of him no more. So yeah, when Pennywise pretty much lost his power over them, you know, he went from being a giant spider to being, shriveling up, shriveling up, being belittled himself, symbolically, yeah. He belittled himself, and that's where, Mike ripped his heart out, and the rest of the losers, crushed that some bitch. Yeah, and that was the end of Pennywise, man. Yeah, that was the end of that fear, everything is everything. Unfortunately, they lost one of their own, Yeah, I think it was Eddie. They lost one of their own. Eddie got Eddie got hurt in the fight against Pennywise, and he didn't survive the wounds. So yeah, you know, the rest of the losers, they separated one more time, and that would be it. Well, except for Beverly and Ben, you know, they got married. And but yeah, yeah, Bill he finds a letter from Stanley, you know, letting them know that they will always be losers, they will always be the losers club. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's something funny though. Here's something funny. You know, um, Bill he ended up to be a writer, but you know his books don't always have satisfying endings. And Stephen King gets a cameo in this movie, and he and he says that the book, the last book that Bill had written, yeah, he didn't like the ending. You know, that was kind of like a running gag in the movie. You know, Bill. Yeah, he's a writer. He lives in L.A. He's a writer, but he don't have yeah, he had disappointing endings, and yeah, Stephen King shows up in at a bookstore. Yeah, he said that he don't like one of Bill's books because he did not like the ending. You know, obviously you can see that that was Stephen King playing off of himself. Bill was pretty much him. You know, People would tell Stephen King that they didn't like the ending of any of his books. So yeah, so that's no innuendo. That's a little backstage innuendo. So yeah, I tell you, man, this movie though, this movie, damn good shit. 100%. Straight up 5 out of 5. Straight up 5 out of 5. That's what I gotta say about it. It is really good. It's not a solid 5 out of 5 because of the flashback. That's all I gotta say. That is the only thing compared to the first half of the movie. That's the only thing that I can separate from it as far as the rating go. I gave the first one a 5 out of 5, but with this one, yeah, it's a 5 out of 5, but not a solid one. So it's just a notch below. But hey, that's my review, Jack, and I'm sticking to it. Now this is pre-recorded, so I don't know what I'm gonna do next week. So so you keep it locked right here to see what I got coming next week. Check out my other shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack. Yeah, I might be done with horror for a while. Even though I'm not on my break anymore, I might be done with horror for a while. So finally gonna be out of the shadows, out of the darkness. And this show is